Good afternoon from Long Pond, Pennsylvania. Everyone, is Pizza Hut pull day from Pocono Raceway is set to take off momentarily. Weather here, compared to what we had at Michigan and at Brighton past few weeks, it's gorgeous. Not a single cloud in the sky. No rain in the forecast pretty much all week. It's actually mid-upper 80s today. And in fact, the Busch race wrapped up just a few moments ago. Today. So weather, look at that. Sunshine on the racetrack. It's perfect for a race this afternoon, for qualifying here at Pocono. Round one will begin momentarily. Some stories. The winner at Michigan, Alvin Alonso, back again, out, still recovering after the wrist injury he sustained in Brighton's violent flip at Brighton. Out of the ballpark, as we all remember that. Still recovering from injuries. Zachary Lombard will be a replacement driver. Will be the relief driver if need be. And just like that, we're getting ready to put 15 minutes on the clock. Any and all drivers will be making a run. Clock starts right now. Now, this 2.5-mile racetrack, you see there is a massive group of cars coming out. And one of the widest pit roads in NASCAR. There is a concern of cars spinning on pit road yesterday in the opening practice session. Points leader Jacob Tube ended up sliding his brakes, spinning the car out in his Sun Energy 1 Chevrolet. Came super close to hitting that pit wall. All just barely kissed it. They did not go to a backup car. That Sun Energy 1 Chevrolet is taking time on the racetrack right now, and it's heading up the Long Pond chute. The goal here with qualifying at these bigger tracks, obviously, you're going to want to get out early. Dylan Murray tried his waiting game that he's done the past few weeks. It caught him last Saturday at Michigan. Saturday afternoon. Caught him last Saturday. The nice thing about the 5s coming onto the front stretch as right now, these drivers can take these corners as wide as they want. They can take the straightaways as wide as they want. That's why typically, just like at some of the other tracks we go to, especially Pocono, with how slick it's going to be, you're going to see a lot of guys try to glue their cars on the bottom as much as they can. You see you saw back there, the 24 is literally right next to the wall coming out of turn 3. Then you get the guys like the the 5, the 8, the 20, the 19 going pretty far down on the inside line. See, look at the 5. He's way down there. He's literally almost looks like he's trying to maybe let the 7 pull up next to him. Currently, Hunter Miller, quickest on the track right now. Nope. Jacob Tube, nope. And it's Caleb Hall. Jacob Tube currently holding the track record right now. The fastest time. He's been the king of poles pretty much all year. So, it's been 11 minutes. Time ticks right now. Now, the 19 of Caleb Hoffman went from 5th quickest to where he was at previously to the top. The 18 is also done on that as well. You see right here, you got a bunch of cars on the apron right now. The 15, the 22, 25, 83, 14, 21, 3, 27, 1, and 55. They're all leaving pit road right now. They have to now, very similar to one of the very few tracks on the circuit, there is an access road that everybody is required to take at this track. It's also coming up at Pikes Peak next week. The thing is, these drivers have to take this access road, otherwise they're going to get black flag. Now, as of right now, there are some cars coming back down pit road. Currently, it's the quick 5 or the 19, 18, 41, 5, and 88, the top 5 right now, with the 24, 4, 16, 42, 31, 6, and 20 being the quickest 12 right now. And then you have the rest of WB Network and working with SportsCenter Cup Series really pulled himself up into the top 10 with a pretty blistering fast lap. WB Network goes up to 7th. SportsCenter Cup Series 8th. And then you have the field behind them. Now, Dylan Murway is on pit road. He's staying next to Dick Bergen. Dick, what you got? Dylan Murway got out of the car. You had a fast car. How's your car feel, man? Oh, God. Our Jimmy John Chevrolet is pretty good. In the draft, it seems like the way these tires are, it's really going to encourage a lot of close racing the way this package is. You'll see a lot of cars really try to push each other. Possibly on the restart. I mean, that's what a lot of these races come down to, especially Michigan and Pocono. Michigan last Monday, it was the same thing with having to push the 22 car. But obviously that didn't go very well. Went worse than I expected. So today, hopefully, things will be better. Our car seems pretty fast. I mean, I'm getting a little tight because I just dropped to 10th. I'm actually getting ready. My crew chief just told me have to get ready for another run here. So, hey, can you put on a show for the fans? See for Dylan Murway coming back out. There is a problem with the one there, Krista. Yeah, Mike. Racing on 7 got on the radio, so I feel like I'm losing a lot of power. I was trying to get going to get ready for another run to join the 4 and the 42, maybe help ourselves improve our standings in qualifying, but it just wouldn't go. I repeat, there's no power in the car. I'm having an oil leak right now. There's literally no power. Something's wrong with the engine. So very tough break for the one at Grayson El Sevdo. They are working to diagnose this problem. Later on today at 4 p.m. Eastern will be coverage of final practice from Pocono. Here on FX. See, these drivers this is an optional section. These drivers are going to be using to try to get as much as they can out of their cars before Sunday. Anyways, the news on Grayson El Sevdo. He will not make another run. He will start last for Sunday's race. Wow, great run that time. He got the gas a lot earlier than he normally did, because I think what he did through a 3 that time, he downshifted and I believe was trying to get back going, downshifted and just let the car go and put it in the wrong gear, I guess. Definitely a better move that time for the 4. And up to 4th. For Dylan Murway, joining Sturt Haas Racing teammate Hunter Rizzoni in row 2. And a brief note, Nate Sherman has gained 6 spots. Moving up to 11th, and he's not done. Look at this speed going into turn 1. Probably the fastest speed we've got all weekend was Robert Smith in the 2. You see him pulling out in the background now with bringing the 78 with him. The possibility, they're trying to do everything in their power to try to get into the round of 12. Remember, we have 3 rounds here for this race, and possible there's a penalty going on for the 5, Hunter Miller. Matt, Hunter Rizzoni was just going to come back out and make another run here. He's currently sitting P5 on the charts with a little over 3 minutes to go. And he blended too early going into 1, skipping the access road that Pocono put down. NASCAR is telling them they have to validate the lap. They have to coast back around through pit road, basically doing what is the equivalent to a pass-through. And then they can come back around. Wait, say what? We do that every week. We go straight onto the racetrack in turn 1. It's the rules, bud. Just come down. Just stay to the left. Stay to the left. Stay to the left, bud. Stay to the left. Here, stay to the left. That's an odd penalty, but I believe that's honestly just for safety reasons. So, anyways, new track record for the 48 car. Dropping Caleb Hoffman. WB Network hops into 3rd. Robert Smith gets into 5th. Hunter Rizzoni emptying his lap yet again. As you see right here, the 5 car coming off turn number 4 down to the inside of the racetrack, and great lap, puts himself back in 3rd inside the top 5 even after that penalty. Didn't really sting a lot. He just had to come down on the apron out of the way of everybody. Out of everybody's way. So we have a minute left. Left right now. Typically, here in round 1, I don't really think you're gonna be seeing a lot of other cars make runs later here today. If you're anybody in the top 24, like anybody in the top 15 or so, so Jonathan Morrison thought about making a run. Actually did worse up. Zark's Moon made her run. She moves up a couple spots. As of right now, we're waiting out the time. Honestly, how about Nate Sherman, though? He laid a wicked fast lap. Coming out all the way through 3 at about 164. He came off of 3 and then came onto the front stretch. And ended up back on the pole. So, end of round number 1, 24 move on. These are the 24 that will move. We'll be back very shortly.
In a city where chaos rules, only one man can save humanity from total destruction. It's up to Homer Simpson and family to save the world from a diabolical plot as they run and drive to unravel the conspiracy. Blackfinch! Critics call it the best Simpsons game ever. That's a lawsuit. The Simpsons Hit and Run, rated T for teen. I am evil Homer. Woohoo! It's up to Homer Simpson and family to save the world from a diabolical... In a city where chaos rules, only one man can save humanity from total destruction. Woohoo! It's up to Homer... This is DVD. And this is what happens when you watch DVD. It's a movie on a disc the size of a CD. The picture is twice as sharp as VHS. The sound is infinitely clearer. It looks and sounds like you're at the movies, but you can experience it at home. Not to mention, you can watch it in widescreen, listen to audio commentary, choose from features like director's notes, behind-the-scenes footage, trailers, and more. Watch a movie right on your computer. Home can wait. DD. Yeah. In a quiet suburb, a diabolical plot is unfolding, and only one man can stop it.
Hello? Do I have to?
The whole town's gone nuts. Security cameras, mysterious vans, crop circles.
Ah! Take the wheel! I'm not a terribly mobile person. And take to the streets!
Chest pain! Having chest pain!
To solve a mystery.
This conspiracy goes all the way to the top.
Play as your favorite Simpsons character and over 40 of Springfield's finest vehicles.
Eat Canyonero.
Best Simpsons game ever, says Electronic Gaming Monthly. Nintendo Power calls it a must-own for any Simpsons fan. It's time to save Springfield. By car. By foot. By the seat of your pants.
When's this going to start?
That's so fun, it should be a felony.
Rated T for teen.
Back here at Pocono, getting here during a Pizza Hut pull day from Pocono Raceway for tomorrow's Pocono 400, which you can see live on FX with coverage starting at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Getting ready for round two. Drivers currently heading to their cars. And now, round two starts right now when a bit less and even more cars are beginning to land rush towards pit road. This time, everybody's going by organization. See the 14, 41, 4, all the Hendrick-powered cars currently together. All the Gibbs-associated cars coming out. All the Fords. Look at this land rush. Literally 3 wide coming out of pit road. Oh, a little bit of contact, possibly. 43, 21. Oh, yeah, there's McCord. Oh, we got a little bit of an issue here. A lot of cars scattering. Anyways, we're coming off 4. And it looks like Hunter Rizzoni is going to be taking the green, first of the 24 to take the green. Oh, we got a lot of damage here to that 43. He somebody checked up in front. He hit somebody in the 21, ran into the back of him. Here with 2 minutes left in this segment. As he's amazingly holding on and not pulling off pit road yet. We're watching this 43. 21's peeled off to go repair some damage. In the middle of his lap, too. As of right now, Hunter Rizzoni is the quickest of the 23 or 21, well, currently 22 right now that have taken some time on the racetrack. Here are your quick five, presented by Big Five Sporting Goods. All Chevrolets in the top five so far, with one Toyota in sixth, one Ford in eighth. Actually, I lied. And then two Toyotas rounding out the top 10. Oh, we got a wreck. Turn one. It's the 43. We're wrecked here. Blew a tire. Middle of front stretch. Yellow flag here. Yellow, 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 yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Clock has stopped a lot of damage to the 43. And we're only halfway through this. Oh, yeah, his car exploded. Just middle of Long Pond, I think. Yeah, middle of Long Pond. He was trying to get a draft off the 6, and car just stepped out. He spun around. Down into the rim, and look at that. Anyways, Sports Center Cup Series has just taken 5th from the 14. Learned some tricks from Denny Hamlin and how to get around this place leading up Tuesday. In fact, it was Thursday afternoon. Sports Center Cup Series and Denny Hamlin engaged in a what would more or less be described as kind of a cat and mouse game between with two rental 2018 Toyota Camry XSEs between Denny Hamlin and Sports Center Cup Series. Sports Center Cup Series was in a pretty tight photo finish with Hamlin. Add another driver to the backup list. There's a little bit of time up. Now, afterwards, they impound these. They've just canned the afternoon practice session initially that was supposed to go off, but they've decided to. This is an impound race, so afterwards, these cars cannot be touched. So, even though the 43 only ran one lap, which was like P20 for him. He's definitely going to probably have to restart P24. He will have to get a backup car out. Obviously, since there's so much foam on the racetrack that they have to fix and clean up. This is going to be a while here. Let's go ahead and talk through our race schedule. For Sunday, you can wake up at 9 a.m. with NASCAR Race Day built by the Home Depot on FS1. And then at 10 a.m. I'm sorry, kind of correction there. 2-hour special for that. Then at noon, it will be an hour-long crew race show. And then coverage of Sunday's Pocono 400 presented by Pizza Hut will go off at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Telecast presented by Pizza Hut. And timer is going to restart. Now, as we wait here, let's say if you're anybody between any of these 5 cars, I'd probably make a run. Robert Smith currently is the fastest. He's up in 7th. He's in 7th. He's got about a good second and a half on the 78. See, there they go. They're making that line again, waiting to go out. I believe the 41 and the 24, they're just going to probably ride the session out. As time begins to tick away. Track is open. Cars are back. There's also I also saw from that accordion early on. Looked like between the 19, 21, and 43 and 21, the 21 tried to miss the 43, but obviously hit him in the right rear. That's what caused him to whip around. Sound like he did. Now, there's a conversation here that since Pocono is such a important fuel-based racetrack, is you see a lot of the guys, they like to get into drafts and work with each other. I mean, Hunter Miller kind of dropped off from the 78. Looks like he was trying to maybe work with the 48, going off 4. There may be strong possibility, but the 48 of Nate Sherman ducked way to the inside. He was driving on the inside victory lane decoration that they typically use. Drove across that Exalted logo, trying to get by. He had a pretty big run. And Caleb Hoffman jumps up to 3rd. Nate Sherman jumps up to 2nd. Now Robert Smith brings the 2 car out. Hunter Miller jumps to 6th. WB Network and Joshua Leanbatch jump up to behind him, 7th and 8th. So far, I think a lot of the guys that are behind, because there's a pretty big advantage, especially with the way these guys have been racing today. So there may be a pretty strong possibility for that. You're gonna see could see a lot of pack racing on Sunday, which is very unusual for Pocono. I mean, they have the low downforce package. These drivers race pretty close typically. See, Robert Smith goes to the top. All without downshifting. He basically held it wide open through turn 1 to the point where I literally thought he was going to hit the wall. And that Auto Trader Ford. Just a reminder, there will be next race will be at Pikes Peak next Sunday. Coverage beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern. 1:30 p.m. Eastern, with the Sun Energy One Pizza Hut pre-race show, and then the AAA Insurance 400. There's also rumors that Pikes Peak will be going to a Roval layout next year, and shift its date a week later in June to allow Chicagoland, which is going to be held on a Thursday night again this year, to move up to June, still keeping its night race, obviously. And that race will begin. The telecast for that race can be seen at 2 p.m. Eastern, live on Fox, and then Daytona. And the race will be official. Huh. "32 seconds left and counting as we wait out. And it looks like 3 of the 4 Stewart-Haas cars are going to make it into the round of 12. But I want to give a big shout out to Blake Dillon. He made it to round 2 for the first time with knockout qualifying. Peyton Beasley in the 6. What If Racing in the 83. Obviously, Joseph Lombard will go to a backup car. However, he did not turn any time. He will start 33rd for tomorrow's race. And here are your Fast 12. Ready to battle for 5 minutes. That will be going off momentarily. And now, here's the final 12. 5 minutes. There's probably going to be a huge land rush coming out of pit road. Sort of like the start of round 2. Also, how about a qualifying run for Mason Powers in the 15? Impressive run for that group, starting 21st Sunday. Tomorrow at Pocono. Also, there's some rumors that Seven Dust is going to be performing at tomorrow's pre-race concert from Pocono. And now, see these 12 men fight for the pole. Here we go. And yet another massive land rush coming on to out of pit road. What these drivers had to do. Robert Smith gets out of pit road first. Well, past 2:15 p.m. Eastern here. These drivers are probably going to bang out a couple laps, and then boom, they're done. They might just be done for this qualifying session. See them going a little bit of side-by-side going through the tunnel turn for a couple moments. The 4 got enough of a run to the 5 and just blew right by him. And you see the 2. Looks like he's trying to break the draft, but 24 just keeps following him. Wow, look at that. Apollo Moon way to the inside. Oh, my God. Up to 3rd. Hunter Rizzoni up to 2nd. Nope. Sports Center Cup Series to the lead. Huh. So far, looks like Sports Center Cup Series has the quickest time. Even though he's currently 8th in line right now. Huh. Well, we were watching from the heel cam of the 24 that he was heel toned quite a bit. It through 3 that might have caused him to lose some time. And he's currently P5. As you see the Big 5, Fast 5 from Pocono. Sports Center Cup Series is obviously the quickest of the 5. With a minute left, and I believe nobody's going to be making any extra runs. And now, waiting out the time, Sports Center Cup Series. First pole of the year. All right, nice job, bud. Great job. You will be leading the field to the greens Sunday afternoon. And congratulations to the 11 and 41 who will be leading the field of the green flag Sunday at tomorrow at Pocono. Afterwards, later today here on FX, you're going to be going out to Michigan for the NASCAR Xfinity Series with the LTI Industries 200. Adam Alexander will give the call for that one. Call for that race. After Michigan, you can watch the Futurama Marathon. Every Futurama ever. Starting with season 1 tonight. Since next year is Futurama's 20th anniversary. That's going to be a Futurama Marathon. Every Futurama ever. On FX, and can also be seen on FXX and FX Now. Sports Center Cup Series is going to be leading the field to the greens Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern.